Hey, sports fans, this is Eric Johnson, the brand.
And Coach Aaron Thigpen, the source.
Welcome to today's podcast. Aaron, check this out, man. 2021's around the corner. And today, we're going to talk about the 3 best training aids parents could buy their kids in 2021.
Yeah, I can't wait for 2020 to be over. So anything would be better than this past year. But I'll let you go first.
Okay, man. So I'm going to say Happy New Year to everyone because we're coming to you here. I have 3.5, Aaron. I'm going to say, here are my 3 training aids. You know, from the baseball style here. I'm going to think.
Let's go back and forth, actually.
Okay, let's. I like that. Okay, here's my 1.5, okay?
Okay.
Jump rope and cones. Jump rope because being a athlete, baseball athlete as I am, and being an ex-infielder, major league infielder, I've found that jump rope really helped my footwork get better. And the neat thing about it is that not only do you need to be an infielder, but catchers, outfielders, first baseman, third baseman, any position, and even pitchers, they're developing coordination and ways to keep their feet moving. And you know this better than I do. There's a strength factor in, what type of rope you buy too, but just the endurance factor and the conditioning factor of the jump rope. So I love this jump rope idea. It's good for all athletes.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That would be definitely something I'd put on my list. 1, they're inexpensive. 2, they're portable. 3, you can pretty much use them anywhere. And again, most athletes will need some kind of activity that allows them to be lighter on their feet, quicker on their feet, and it also has a conditioning aspect to it. So I think that's a good choice. I guess my first one would be a medicine ball. Now, that kind of runs the gamut between slam balls, bounce medicine balls. They got a variety of different ones. I usually will suggest that my athletes get a slam ball. And the reason why I have them get a slam ball is it doesn't go anywhere. So you can use it inside, especially, in this COVID environment, you have to be doing something in a small space. You don't want that medicine ball getting away from you and breaking your mom's lamp or coffee table or something. So a slam ball, you throw it, boom, hits the ground, it doesn't go anywhere. And with the slam ball, you can get a lot of explosive things in. You can obviously slam it to the ground in a variety of different ways, straight, sideways, twisting, which gives you a lot of explosive dynamics. You can get a strength dynamic in if you're doing push-ups with it, easy catch and throws in place. That will also help. You can also do jumps with it. It can act as a counterweight to your jumps. So there's a lot of dimensions to a slam ball. So I think that'd be my first choice. And again, you can find them fairly inexpensive. And you can even go online and see how they're homemade. Some people make them homemade out of old basketballs.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know they could do that. That's a real good idea. I love that. My second one, Aaron, is the good old-fashioned batting tee. Being a baseball player and having something that the players can, utilize inside or outside, using a softer ball or a hard ball if they have a net or something you can hit into. A batting tee is great. You can set it on different heights, different types of pitches, away, inside. You don't have to have another player there with you. So if you need to practice by yourself and you have time, it's great. You can get a lot of repetitions in, correct repetitions. You can slow down the game a little bit, get in the correct hitting positions as you utilize a batting tee. It's a great way to hone in on the skill of your swing to make it repeatable. And as you know, in all athletic endeavors, being repeatable is crucial. So that batting tee allows you to build confidence, allows you to be repeatable, allows you to slow down the game a little bit so you can make the correct swing when you hit the baseball. And I think it's a great training tool for any athlete that's a baseball player for all ages, not just for T-ball players of 4, 5, and 6-year-old kids. Professional players use a batting tee every day in batting practice, and you have colleges, high schools, and other people using the tee also.
Okay, good. Now, for number 2, I'm going to kind of steal your half because we didn't talk about it. And that was, you mentioned the cones.
Right.
So I'm going to make that my number 2 so we can actually expand on that.
Okay,
and the
sounds
cones, I think are very useful because, again, they're multidimensional. You can use them for agility. You can use them for speed. You can use them for reaction sorts of drills. So I like the flexibility that you can have with cones. And again, you can get the low cones, you can get the high cones, you can use a variety of elevations with the cones so that you can do quick feet speed drills. You can do change of direction drills. You can do quick acceleration drills. You can do jumping drills, 2-foot hops, single-foot hops, sideways hops. Lots of things that allow an athlete to be athletic,
Right.
and can teach a lot of different skills. It's funny because we're going through this list, and on my end, when I first started training athletes,
Right.
I pretty much just had a big bag that had medicine balls,
Okay.
cones,
Wow.
and that was it. And that's how I started training athletes.
Right.
And then obviously we'd utilize what was in the environment we were in, whether it was on a track or in a stadium.
Right.
But doing that and basic weightlifting, that first year I had 3 first round pitching draft picks.
Wow. Well, just
And
because of that.
all we did was use cones, ladders, medicine balls, and the terrain around us, stadiums, hills,
Right.
things like that. So it doesn't take a lot.
Right.
You add that in with some good strength training,
Right.
and you can put together a pretty good program.
Yeah.
Use your imagination and don't let there be any boundaries to what you want to do, and you can make it happen.
That's some good old meat and potato stuff right
Yeah.
there. Hard work and understanding what you have in front of you.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
That was 25 years ago, where there wasn't a lot of there wasn't sports performance training,
Right.
And so there weren't a lot of devices out there.
Right.
So that would probably be my number 2. Cones, again,
Okay.
mainstay, inexpensive, portable. You can do a variety of different things with them. So just to kind of snatch off of your
Yeah, but I love that though. I like the
that,
half. That's a player right now.
that's
Cones.
something that we definitely wanted. I definitely wanted to talk about.
Cool. My third thing, Aaron, is a simple tennis ball. A simple tennis ball. And the reason why I say this is that the tennis ball and the utilization of a wall allows you to do many things. You can get closer to the wall and throw that tennis ball as hard or as soft as you want to and react to different things. I love the fact that having a softer ball thrown against a wall gives you some sort of reaction time. It also gives you the ability to build confidence in whether you're catching the ball and different types of ways, whether it's a backhand, a forehand, or a ball to your side, either side, or just reactionary. And I like to always have 2 of them too, because you can throw 2 balls against a wall and see if you can catch them with either hand at the same time, and doing different exercises, hand-eye coordination.
Yeah.
The tennis ball gives you that ability to expand your imagination and do plenty of things that you wouldn't imagine you could do with a simple ball. So the tennis ball is my third training aid because it's so versatile.
Yeah, and I like that you mentioned the tennis ball, because the one thing about the tennis ball, especially for younger athletes, it takes away that fear factor.
Right.
And so an athlete, I think, can be a little bit more aggressive when they're doing drills with a tennis ball, especially if they're doing quick reaction drills, throwing the ball off the wall, because
Right.
the likelihood of getting hurt is pretty much nothing. I also like the tennis ball because tennis balls are live.
Yeah, they are.
You can get some really good bounces and really good reaction,
Right.
and it actually you can modulate the speed of the activity. Throw it harder, comes back faster. You want to throw it softer, comes back softer. So I think that gives you a little bit more range in being able to kind of change up some of the things that the speed of the activity that you're doing.
Right.
And because they're so light, you got to have good hands. You got to have soft hands. So I think that develops soft hands with a lot of athletes.
Very versatile. Very versatile.
Good. So I like that choice.
Yeah.
My third choice would probably be some type of rubber tubing or banding.
I like that.
So like a TheraBand, these Gorilla bands, things like that, because those allow you to get some strength training in with, again, a very portable device. You can buy them in a variety of different strengths. So you can get heavier bands for stronger work, lighter bands if you're weaker. And then you can also modulate that intensity or that resistance with the band by moving it out further or moving in closer or changing the angle of how you're using it. So you can do pushes, you can do pulls, you can grab it with your hands, you can do twists, you can do diagonal types of movements, you can attach it to your foot, and now you've got something that you can do where you can do presses with the foot, or you can do leg extensions or kicks. So a band is, I think, a really good implement to have. And all of these things you can pretty much have right in your bag.
You can.
So
you definitely can.
It's funny because I ran into a kid who came in for his first time this week, and he kind of gassed on my intro session, and the first thing he says, well, COVID, I haven't been able to train, and I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? I said, we've been in this 11 months now.
Right.
Yeah. You can't. There's plenty of things that you can get done. So, all you guys out there who've just sat on your butts for the last 11 months because as using COVID as an excuse, there is no excuse. I mean, we've basically given you 6 forms of equipment that would cost probably in total less than $100. Probably not even what's the most expensive thing? The tee.
The tee's the most, and you can get batting tees, Aaron, for like $35 these days.
So you figure, $100 investment.
Right.
You can keep yourselves busy, and you can find some things, and I'm sure you can go on the internet and see all different types of exercises with these equipment. So there is no excuse in my book, and so I looked at him like he was crazy. And I just they said, hey, that's no excuse. And so you guys, if you're low on budget or low on access to equipment, get these things, get to work.
Well, that wraps up our final podcast for 2020 right there, Aaron, and we're gonna hit you up on the 2021 side with this one. But again, this is Coach EJ with The Brand.
And Coach Aaron Thigpen, The Source.
We'll see you later.
See ya.